Hey there folks, I'm the Mysterious JG and welcome back to Let's Play Nioh. I don't know if it was overconfidence, bad luck, or just generally not the best ever gameplay, but I managed to get myself into a situation where we got ourselves wiped out in the last video, even though I'd had a nice run going up to that point. So we're going to come up and face our fears, as it were. Do battle against this same enemy. Let's see, what do we want to do before we get started? We're definitely going to want to place poison trap. Get all of the probably should have placed it a little closer. Get all of the buffs we can going. I need to really seriously consider whether we can be using this stance against this guy. He knocks off a lot of health, and he really punishes you when you miss a strike, too. He knocks off a lot of ki when you block his attacks. But after all that fuss and muss, didn't seem that bad now. Then again, I had like every freaking possible thing going there. So what was he guarding? Well, considering there's no respawning enemies between him and what he was guarding, I don't see any reason not to come back and hit the Kadama Shrine. Now in my headset, my sound is suddenly a lot quieter. Okay. It's just purely the way the wires were lying, and I got a little bit of a short in one of them. Wow, I have 457 elixirs in stock, so I'm doing good there. Although, let me make sure that I've got the elixir drop thing going, because I think I do. Also, this is a handy way to see how many Kadama are left in this level. Yeah, so I probably meant to switch that to Amrita Blessing in my off-screening and never did. But that would explain why it's like, wow, we seem to be getting a lot of elixirs. Which is good for your, main story and missions. And I have not forgotten that there was a Kadama that we were going to go try to... The reason I went back to that Kadama Shrine, actually, before noticing this place, was to try to get a... well, here's a Kadama. But there's another Kadama that we were seen to be missing. That I wanted to... I was thinking, it might be game over if you try to jump to it from where I was thinking of jumping to it from. So there might be more plot keys in here. Sure as War Axe. Well, I'm no longer really doing my crazy axe build, but... Actually, do I still have that skill? I did get my axe skill. I just don't have as many points in strength. But I could go back to trying to be an axe knight at any time. So, other than guarding those treasure chests, it didn't seem like there was anything really essential that that guy was guarding. But at any rate, let's go back and try to find this... how you get to this one Kadama. Bearing in mind that a whole bunch of enemies are going to be back. Well, 2 or 3. Here we go. You dropped like nothing. Interesting. Up here somewhere, there will be another Revenant. Oh, this ranged enemy will have respawned. because I hit the Kadama Shrine. So the guy that I came up here to find his corpse before will be back. But he's a revenant, so I can fight him with a sword if I feel like it. I suppose I could fight anybody with a sword if I felt like it, but... Oh, and thank you to whoever pointed out that when fighting that frog boss, I should have been blocking once fireworks got stuck to me, because I kind of blanked on that. Okay. So that was a perfectly safe thing to do that I should have done earlier. Now that I'm down here, I feel like there was more stuff to do. I'll save again, why not? I guess I'll backtrack over to what I thought was progress in the level and then backed away from before finding this set of buildings over here. Buildings, which means doors, which can be, which means the game's ability to control your access until you've completed certain tasks and gotten keys, usually means progress. But in fact, when we started heading this way, we got up to that zone where there was a, ooh. I didn't know this guy came all the way over here. Ah, damn it. I hate these guys. I better go. So I kind of want to show, even if I don't full clear the level, I was thinking I would try to show off most of the level proper on screen, and I can come back and get any Kadama I missed off screen, and it's not a big deal. But how do I get back now? There was a little zone that there's like a tree we knocked down that formed a bridge, and how do I get back over there? Or did I drop down? Is that no longer accessible? I doubt it's no longer accessible. Oh, you're that ranged guy. You're back because I had a shrine. I wouldn't think it was completely inaccessible now, but maybe it is. The part of the level where we knocked down that tree, and yeah, it must be over here some way. Yeah, here we go. Or not. Oh, it's one of these roly-poly fire enemies. I swear I saw him. Well, maybe he won't care about us if we can stay over here. I see ya. Oh, I should have used an elixir. I'm not at full health. I'm just really, really close to full health. Well, there's an elixir, so I'll use it. Yeah, but over this way, I kind of backed off because I figured this was the way to progress, but then it seemed like it wasn't because of all the temple structures that we found. Still hasn't found us. He's just rolling around like a goof. Well, I'd go in there and fight him now that he's at half health, but he's got another dude that he's alerted, sort of. Oops. All that, and I probably was better off just running right up to him and fighting him. Well. I'll fight you just to make sure that I don't... Ooh, didn't realize you were here. Just so I don't accidentally alert him to my presence if I get into trouble and I'm fleeing from something else. Swordsman's Kusarigama. Kusarigama for people who don't actually like Kusarigama. You got your sword on my Kusarigama. Well, I got your Kusarigama on your sword. I think he almost took me down with his unblockable tackle attack. So this was the way I was coming when I decided, no, this must be the main plot, back off. I'm starting to think now that I was like a couple of tiny steps away from this path terminating with a couple of corpses you could get Amarita from. Ooh, that was almost a disaster for me. I guess that's a thing to be aware of. Can I please target him so I can throw something at him? Oh, I should have used that elixir. Oh well. Well, I wasn't maxed out on them, so. Yeah, but it's possible I'm wrong, but I'm now really starting to feel like this is just a loot path, which is fine. I just could have finished fully exploring it and been slightly more efficient in my time in the level. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. There's a lot of corpses, probably killed by rock, mega rock. Drowned. Cut down by wheel monk. I haven't seen a wheel monk yet. Crushed to death. Yeah, he was crushed by mega rock. This guy will be drowned, probably. Yep. I don't know what loots are going to be over here that's worth all this trouble, but I definitely knew that there was some kind of hot geyser that I didn't seem to be able to get to before. It seems unlikely that you can quickly and easily get to the boss from this hot geyser, but you're an enemy, aren't you? You kind of look like an Amarita, but you're actually an enemy. Yep, I see you. You're no match for my Kusarigama. Now that I'm using that all the time instead of using an axe all the time. don't actually see myself getting to a point where I'm mad dashing from the hot springs to the boss to try to take advantage of it. So I might as well use it now. Alright, so this whole path was just to get to a hot spring. Unless there's something I miss, which is possible, and not the end of the world. Oh, I've already been here before. Well, shoot. So there's a big circular path. That is certainly not out of character for Nioh. So this house, I don't know if I've explored this house before. I gotta increase my damage from behind. If I don't know which skill set I need to put points into that for, but I'm not one-hitting shit with surprise attacks from behind anymore. Umbrella demons? No? Okay. Well, I'm missing some Kodama somewhere. But I'm no longer at all confident about whether I'm actually finding new enemies or and just completely backtracking through stuff that I've already cleared. The enemies will be back because of the shrines I've been hitting, but yeah, I see you, buddy. Yeah, I might have like 99999 stones of the storehouse at this point. It's been a very long time since I've used those instead of just throwing. This is the beginning of the level, isn't it? Yeah. It's been a real long time since I've actually used a stone instead of just throwing a shuriken. Well, I guess this is handy. It means I got one last chance before proceeding into what I believe will be the end of the level. One more chance to kind of check and make sure that I didn't leave behind any critical, well, not critical, I'll just leave behind Kodama that I should be able to get. Because otherwise I'll be coming back through the level with like a FAQ or something to get any Kodama I missed. So there was some kind of path over here, which I think I hadn't previously explored, but I'm now seeing it all circles around to be the same thing. And hopefully I won't run right into a drowning death. Oh yeah, I got it. I see where I'm at now. Okay. So hopefully I don't run right into a drowning death, because now I'm trying to keep an eye on the Sultan Leda to see any Kodama. But at this point, I feel like I've been through the whole level once. I clearly missed a Kodama somewhere. That's okay. I can come back off screen and go through real slow, just looking for it. Trying to clear enemies that I've already beaten just so that they won't still be a threat. But I'm mostly just, it's either Shaw, there's a Kodama. Alright. So how do I get to him? That might be the last one. Be quite pleased if it is. That'll mean I'm pretty much ready to just be done with the level. He's not. I didn't think he would be. It seemed like I was missing quite a few. So it would probably be to my advantage, even though I cleared out an enemy. Before I start opening these doors, I should try to find... Is there a Kadama over here? Okay, this might not be the boss room after all, because there's a Kadama hiding behind the door. Aha! Alright, let's go save. Now, there's 2 doors to open. I have a feeling like at any moment we're going to trigger the actual end of the level. Which is fine. I'm cool with that. Because I can call it a session and have finished a level of Nioh. Which is a good way to wrap up a recording session. But there's 2 doors. There's another whole path we could be going down, and I'm not sure which one to go. Which one's going to suddenly bring us right to the end of the level. Respawning enemies, of course. I hate these guys. That stupid tongue attack. I'm an idiot. Oh, I was trying to be super aggressive. I was trying to kill it fast. And I wasn't being cautious at all because I knew I just saved, but I still shouldn't have lost there. Come on, JG. Alright. So at least make sure we get back the spirit animal before anything else happens. Damn it. Alright, I gotta get out of here now because this is gonna get nasty. The little guy's been alerted, so probably while I'm off screen he's gonna turn into a big guy. Oh, actually he didn't. Okay, I didn't lock on and that really threw me off. Oh, he came looking for me and couldn't find me. But he didn't actually transform. Alright, let me get my spirit animal back just in case this goes to shit. Oh, he doesn't really transform into a big monster until he gets hit, it seems like. Or maybe I'm totally nuts. That's not it at all. So I want to check this room here because there was some place to use the key, which seemed like it was leading to a tiny little room. So this might be a loot room. Yes, okay. So it's not the end of the level. Summoner's Candle and Shingiku Medicine. Okay. Perfect. Pretty much guarantees that the other path is the end of the level. And almost makes me want to save my game, but it's probably not worth going all the way back. So if I knew for sure that hitting this thing would end the level... What is it? Who is it? Oh, it's a skeleton. I haven't seen a lot of you in this level. Or any of you up until this point. But you're suddenly all over the place. So I'm going to guess that the death lilies are because Ieyasu's son died at the time of year when those were in bloom. And that's what's going on with this level. Or, oh no, maybe it's not her. Maybe it's the mother of Nobuyasa who's all one of you. I was trying to evade, but I got myself caught up in a big, funky combo. Ugh. I'm out of practice against these guys. Just turn out this is horrible, but don't worry, I will join you in the journey to the next world. Well, okay, now this might be the door to the boss fight, so let's one more time go back and again save our game. And the regular skeletons will be back. Some revenants and the little Cyclops boy will be back. We'll deal. It'll be okay. I thought I was like halfway to leveling up, but it doesn't seem like we've been gaining that much Amarita more recently, somehow. Okay. Oh, it's another ranged one. I keep getting lost in these little paths about where to go. Well, I got seen early this time. I guess when you get close, he decides he wants to transform and roll out. It's just about time to end the video. I don't know if I want to... If it's just the boss fight that's left, I could be almost done. So I kind of... That would make me loathe starting the video. I wonder if I'll eventually... Because if I fail against this boss, I need to fight him again. It's nice to know a way to quick run to the boss fight. So I wonder if you can just dash right through the middle on these guys. Seems like there's a real good chance in my mind that this is it for this level, though. So should I be... Yep, I should have put my buffs on. Wasn't sure. I guess now we find out if it's going to be the son or the mother. It's the mother. Yeah, it sucks. It wasn't really cool. Or maybe it's the wife. I think the wife is the one who's scheming in the court ultimately got him killed. But I think this is supposed to be his mother. Yeah, she ain't exactly human anymore. Well, why you want to kill me? It's not my fault. Okay, so... Let's get my buffs applied. Got her slip. Oh, fuck. Chose the wrong time to... Don't want to get overconfident, but it seems like with all the slowdown talismans I've got now, I should be more confident in these fights than I had been. Not even... Oh, is she getting health back somehow? Oh, that's bad. I was evading like mad there. Ugh. I gotta get better at the timing of the evades. Yeah, I'm doing awful here. Slow her down because that was working fairly well. Oh man, I feel like I wouldn't be even close to doing okay if I hadn't all these slowdown talismans, but. Try to finish this thing off. Oh, thank goodness. I feel like I did the worst possible job there. Like, I won on the first pass, but using 800 slowdown talismans. People have been fairly encouraging about the fact that, hey, it's in the game, it's not cheating, you can use it, but I feel like that was probably the least style points ever gained in a beating that boss fight. But we won. So let's just revel in our victory and move on with our lives here. Hey, it's Okatsu. I've been wondering when she would come back. She is our last character that we can transform into, by the way. Why did I murder the ogress that was trying to murder me? Oh, it's going to turn out he's your brother or something, isn't it? Or like he's your boyfriend or something. Well, sort of, kind of, yeah. They love only their swords. If you know what I mean. He's not really a samurai at all, is he? Yeah, that wasn't a nice thing to do. That's broadly considered true. Yeah, okay, so she's supposed to be Ieyasu's daughter who hates her dad. Gotcha. Makes sense, actually. Yeah, so she went all kunoichi. I don't know that you get that option in feudal Japan when you're a girl, but man, cut off your hair. Well, that's nice and all, but should I say something to you? Tell you about my past? No. Why have you got one long sock and one no sock deal going on there? You seem like a nice girl. You're attractive and all. I don't really understand the dress sense. But thank you for providing me with your guardian spirit. I'm sure it'll be super useful having a bunny spirit flying about the place. Sorry. That's not even a reference to anything Irish. That's a reference to Bobo making fun of, what's his name from Fallout 3. I'm Eamon McTavish. The lilies are gone and the miasma with them. It seems those yokai and the lilies both were all born from a deep grudge against Tokugawa Ieyasu. I now know that Ieyasu is a man capable of abandoning his family with ease. What other sort of man might he be? Suppose he might be a really nice guy other than the fact that he killed his wife and his son, but you know. And Young Samurai's Locks for use on Young Samurai Bagels. Twilight Mission, the Bleeding Spider Lily unlocked. Is that one of the ones that's currently available? Well, no. Then why are you mentioning it? Yeah, well. So now we've done... okay, so now we've got the 7 good tidings, so we can do another mission on the same map and learn Kodama Dance. Kodama Dance. I'll probably do this once, but, Kodama Bowl, is that a piece of equipment?
I've received the most adorable letter, Sir Anjin.
I'm assuming she doesn't have a Japanese accent. She's just supposed to be busty.
It was written by someone who was attacked by a yokai at Futamata while traveling.
But it's adorable.
They managed to escape with their lives, but got separated from the companions. It seemed there were 6 of them originally. Would you mind searching for their missing companions?
Why is it adorable? I don't get it. Well, anyway, I probably won't bother to do that one on screen unless somebody says, like, they really want to see it. Then we got the Trial of the Master, where he is, of course, executed by the Daleks, but then comes back as this kind of weird special effects snake that takes over the body of an ambulance driver in the Doctor Who TV movie that everyone seems to hate.
Anjin, my grandpa wrote saying he'll be back from his travels soon, but there's still no sign of him. He did say that his back hurt, so he'd stop in a bathhouse on the way, but would you mind going there to see if he's okay? Rumor has it that even yokai use that bathhouse now sometimes, so I'm a little worried.
But this is okay. So now I've said it before. I think this is finally the mission where you get, and there's Kodama to be found. So we'll probably do this one on camera. But this is a mission where you actually do get, her grandpa back, which increases the stuff that you can do at the forge. And then to Weighted World is the next main mission. William, we're finally caught up with Lord Ieyasu. Soon we will meet with him, and you can see what sort of man he is for yourself. Is this an actual mission? There's no Kodama attached to it. Well, anyway, we got some Young Samurai Locks. And now I've got skill points to spend. I've got 4 Samurai skill points, which ain't much at this point. I've got only 1 ninja skill point, but I've got 7 Onmyo magic skill points. So I need to put some thought into how I want to spend them, and whether or not, or like how many more I'm planning to get. Because at this point, I'm probably not getting any more except through occasional items. And, yeah, I'd have to think about this now. Extend living weapon time by 3 seconds. Well, it pretty much was running out on us by the time we wrapped up that last level. I also need to consider keeping them on hand just for... because I definitely want this. Extends duration of effects and skills from enemies. I don't know how long it extends it, but if it extends it for any length of time at all that's worth it, that would be excellent, because I use a lot of buffs. And then, this is also apparently worth getting. Instantly cast stuff on yourself and on enemies. Increases the casting speed of Onmyo use on others, and instantly do the ones on yourself. So, like in mid-battle, it would be really quick to reestablish defensive buffs, and it would be faster to do the slowdown buff, or slowdown debuff, I guess. If I get lots and lots of Onmyo points, pretty much, it takes a ton, but eventually you would want to get, well, it would take at least 3 to get +6 against anything. But if you were doing a big Onmyo build, you would definitely want to like boost your resistance to all elements eventually. I don't know, we're over length on this video now, so I'm going to call it. But I've also got a bunch of gear I need to go through, figure out what's useful, and get rid of the rest. But I'm calling it a video, and I don't know if I got enough videos recorded of this to go another week without recording them more, but I'm kind of ready to be done with this particular session. So when we come back, folks, we might do this next bit of plot. I'm going to look this up and see if it's an actual mission or if it's just like a cinematic that for some reason triggers as a separate mission. But then we'll probably do the Trail of the Master. And 7 good tidings. I don't see any particular reason to do that on camera. I'm Serious JG. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.